Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to do my character download and gear for OP8 Gaige. So after this it's just X and 0 left. Ooh, running out of characters. So we will start with the interfaces. Like all characters, the interfacer kind of just fits anywhere. It's an amazing gun. You just got to have a setup. The infection. The infection is here in case you want to be weird and go with a catalyst build and kill robots. Yes, it's very specific. That chance to corrode, and the fact that in the making guns good OP8 with the infection, I actually really enjoyed using it. So it's here, but feel free to grind it if you so please. Tolerance goals, the same reason as like every single other character. I should just start adding flackers in here just because if interfaces and conference goals make it in, you may as well throw in a flacker, but whatever. Logan's gun, you know why. Big bada boom in case you don't want an Northfleet. That's perfectly viable. And then we have a set of Northfleets. Where's the corrosive one gone? Where's the corrosive? Okay, we don't need a corrosive one. We don't need no corrosive Northfleet. But yeah, they're there in case you want to do what Gaige is famous for. Yeah. Hails, I will change the stock, don't worry. The Hails are here just because they're brilliant for Gaige. You get a nice gun gauge, and you got a nice sizable enemy. You can just keep shooting it, you do a lot of damage, and you just keep healing. Making it brilliant. Yeah, it involves you shooting at the floor, but you should be used to that with Gaige, shouldn't you? Anyway, yeah, they are quite awkward to use, but they are very good weapons to use on Gaige. Fibbers. If you don't use Fibbers on Gaige, you're doing Gaige wrong. Fibbers on Gaige are just brokenly, overpoweredly awesome. I have a Vladoff grip on mine just to counteract some of the fire rate loss of the redundant fibber. So it's got semi-decent fire rate, not 25.4, with 18 shots per trigger pull technically. Deeper, because a lot of fucking damage. That with anarchy and close enough is be screwed. More hails. Pimpernel. I love the Pimpernel. Just simply mainly use the Pimpernel. Mainly use a corrosive Pimpernel. Yes, I will change the prefix, don't worry. I have time to do that this one. The Gaige and Pimpernel, it's kind of awkward against bandits. However, against robots, they just die. They're there, then they die. They're just gone. They are irrelevant. Because they're big and they're chunky, you're not going to miss with your poor accuracy with all your anarchy stacks. And they do a lot of fucking damage. They really, really do. Which is why Pimpernels are here. Don't know why that's there. A ruby, in case you don't want to use a grog nozzle, in which I have here. I got the bladed one, in case you wanted to go melee gauge. Now I got the bladed one just because it really doesn't matter. Here I've got the binary ruby. You can change it if you so please. It kind of doesn't really matter. I've gone for the binary ruby just because the ruby can heal off its own bullets, whereas the grog nozzle can't really. It could if you got max anarchy, but I only really use the grog nozzle for slagging things up, and the occasional heal, of course. So I'd rather just take the 50% and not waste too much ammo. As for relics, I've only just got Bone of the Ancients, the only really ones you need with Gaige. You're not going to be using non-elemental weaponry really that much, so you only really need the Bone of the Ancients for relics. Class mods. Yes, class mod outfit. Right. So you've got Legendary Catalyst class mod. Yes, I English. Legendary Catalyst class mod, I would say, if you want to. You can downscale at 72. Damage over time Gaige works really well at level 72, not quite so much at OP8, but it's there. Legendary Anarchist, just because Legendary Anarchist is a brilliant class mod. If you want anarchy, you get an Anarchist. 56% gun damage, 47% weapon accuracy. It's basically a cat class mod, but with all guns, but not as much powerful. Slave of Terramorphous, in case you do things with Northleets. Legendary good, in case, you know, you're not too bothered about fire rate, and you just want to just keep firing with all that mag size. And reload quickly. The reason why I've gone for a purple one, and not a blue one, is just because I can, and I don't really use those skills for those skills, which is what you'd usually do with class mods. I don't do that with Gaige. So I've just decided to go with the purple one. 'Cause it's purple. Same reason, but opposite. It's blue. Yeah, chaotic neutral in case you want the fire rate. I prefer the fire rate over the reload speed with Gaige. But that's just me. And the mag size is very important, especially with the fibers, because they've got quite a small mag size, so you end up reloading a lot. I just extend it out, which is why the good class mod is good, because faster reloads. However, I prefer the fire rate. Grenades. I've got a lot of grenades just because I can. Longbow O negative, in case you want to slag big things, because they've got very high chance to slag to O negatives. And they're there in case you want a source of healing that isn't a grog nozzle. As well, not wanting to use a grog nozzle. I don't like using the grog nozzle that much, but I use it anyway, considering Gaige doesn't really have much in the way of healing skills. That makes it very nice, good replacement for a grog nozzle. You got your slag, you got very strong healing with it. It's a very solid grenade. Crossfire, in case you want to slag many things. Stormfront. This is the thing with the grenades, they're all just really good. Stormfront's just so good if you want to, you know, gonna hold a grog nozzle in hand. It's just a good grenade, great for stripping shields across a wide area. Why is that there? I thought that was a quasar. I will change that to a quasar. And chain lightning, because insta heals. And a magic missile. It's a low level magic missile, so you won't blow yourself up. And you get to stack many things. Shields. So with the antagonist and the blockade, two just guaranteed shields. You'll need these shields. These shields are very good. Why don't you have these shields? So you have these shields. So nobody says, why don't you have these shields? I just, you know, if you want to survive, if you want to play, basically, you wear these shields. They get you through OP8 very nicely. Grounded Hive of Terramorphous. I've got this because you can go with the Roboteer build and make Deathtrap really quite powerful. And if you go with a sharing is caring gun Gaige, you can summon Deathtrap, and Deathtrap will do really a lot of damage while you're just going around with your feathers and your conference calls and your yeah. That's the thing with Gaige, conference calls, so good, better than the interfacer, I'd say. But the interfacer really does more damage, but conference calls better in general mobbing. The Sham, you know why? From the Firehawks, same reason as the Hide of Terror, really good for Deathtrap. And the Bee Shield, in case you want to fight a raid boss or something. So that's the gear, really. That's just what I'd carry around on a Gaige. Of course, I will change a couple of things. I will add in the Corrosive Northfleet. I'll change these stocks and the prefix on them. Make everything better. And the download link will be in the description. That is the build for this one. It's kind of a gun-focused anarchy Gaige, but you can respec it any way you want. This will go very good with the Hide of Terror shield on. Just because it's got sharing is caring in there and lots of good Deathtrap skills. However, if you want to go for a joint Deathtrap, joint gun spec, you might want to go into Strength 5 Gorillas. That's up to you, really. Interspersed Outburst is a great skill, but I decided to skip it for this build. Build isn't really the point to download. You can change that as you so wish. And Buzz off for a reason why I showed you that I don't know, because English. Anyway, so that's Gaige. What character should I do next out of Axton and Zero? The reason why I put these two to last is because I don't actually have an all-in-one Axton save at the moment. I split them up into loads of different saves, and I don't actually have everything in one. And Zero because I don't really play Zero. I do play him, but not that much, and I don't know how to Zero, and I'm going to have to go and learn. So those two may take a little bit longer to upload. But they'll get there, especially before the pre-sequel. I intend to be uploading Borderlands 2 to the pre-sequel. And just an extra note before I turn off. I will be a bit late when it comes to pre-sequel videos, and the reason for that is, here in Britain we get it on the 17th. 17th is Friday, if I remember correctly. And a Friday is when I go away from my gaming PC, because it's the end of the weekend. So I'll be playing Destiny that weekend. It's a little issue that I've got on my plate, so I won't be able to play the pre-sequel until 5 days after the Americas. Which is going to be painful. That wait. Yeah, so I'll be hibernating across those 5 days. There will still be uploads, but just don't expect anything pre-sequel until the Monday. And even then, I'll just be going ahead and playing. So if I upload a pre-sequel video on Monday, it'll be a broke it. Because I will break that game. I hardlocked Borderlands 2 in the first day I got it. I did that. Day of release here in Europe. You know, sat down, played it for a very short amount of time, and I hardlocked the game. I am proud of that, and I will probably do it to the pre-sequel as well. So you got that to look forward to. Thank you for watching. See you next time.